Hey there, my name's Chris. I'm a fourth year civil engineering student and I went to the University of Iceland for 2 semesters.
Hi, I'm Allison. I'm a UBC alumni. I did a Bachelor of Arts degree in political science at UBC Okanagan. I went to Slovenia on exchange for 1 entire year.
Hi everyone, my name is Claire. I'm in my fourth year of management with a minor in psychology. I decided to go to the University of Amsterdam for 1 semester.
Hi everyone, my name is Jessica. I'm a fourth year zoology major here at UBCO. I went on exchange for the fall semester in my third year, so I was only there for 4 months, and I went to the University of Edinburgh in Scotland in the UK.
Hi, I'm Ishita. I'm a fourth year student studying international relations, and I was an exchange for a year at the University of Nottingham in the UK.
Hello, my name is Sophia, and I am in my 5th year of my Bachelor of Arts degree with a major in political science and gender and women's studies. I just went on a full year exchange to the University of Birmingham.
My name is Thish. I'm currently in my final year, completing a double major in biochemistry and philosophy, and I was on a year-long exchange in Seoul, South Korea.
My name is Caleb Haberstock, and I just graduated from a 4-year Bachelor of Science in Chemistry, and I went to Perth, Western Australia, and attended the University of Western Australia.
Well, 2 reasons, I guess, 2 main reasons. The first one was I really just wanted to go somewhere new that was culturally interesting to me and really physically beautiful, just to get a little bit more of a unique experience out of my time in university. And the second was because of the career that I want to pursue. It's in environmental engineering and the policy that surrounds it, and there's much more tailored courses for that at the University of Iceland than there was at UBC. So that was another reason.
It was sort of a desire to have a unique learning experience, the ability to travel while still continuing my education with UBC, and the chance to learn in a really fun and unique environment. Those all contributed to that.
To be honest, Matt first came into my classroom probably in first or second year and gave us the spiel on exchange and how cool it could be going with Go Global, and I thought, I don't know if I can do it with such a challenging degree like chemistry. But I eventually was like, no, I think I can make this happen. I wanted to travel so badly, and I didn't want to wait the full 4 years till I was done to start traveling and pursuing those dreams, so I decided to give it a shot.
Well, I have never really traveled anywhere besides just to the US, with the exception of Hawaii and Mexico. I've never seen anywhere in Europe, so I figured that the exchange would be a perfect opportunity to travel Europe. I also really wanted to travel to London specifically, and I wanted to pick somewhere that was really close to London. So that is how I decided to sign up, just to get some opportunity to travel and also see what university was like on a different continent.
All right, so when I was looking at exchange, I had a few places in mind already, kind of where I wanted to go. Really what I was thinking is I wanted to go somewhere that I hadn't been before, because I figured it was a really easy way to go see a new part of the world, and you didn't have to commit to anything, you didn't have to worry about, long-term housing, long-term jobs, anything like that. So I wanted to go someplace that I've never been before. And the UK in particular was a place that I've always wanted to go to. It's always been on my mind. Europe in general, really. It's always been a place I wanted to see. Friends go on vacations and stuff and travels to London or to Scotland or whatever. And it's just someplace that I'm like, I really want to go there. And it was still familiar enough. They still spoke the same language. So there wouldn't be a language barrier. Anything like that. So that was important for me because I didn't want the added pressure of not knowing the language. For you, that might be something that you want to go on exchange to do, is to learn the language, and by all means, that's awesome. That was just a pressure that I didn't want. So they still spoke English, so that was important to me. And then I had family connections in Scotland. So my dad's family is all from Scotland on his side, from around the Glasgow area. So that's why I wanted to go, is to get a little bit of family history as well as seeing a place that I've always wanted to go to.
close friends of mine lived in Australia and I wanted to go visit them, but it was a challenge because Canadian summer falls on Australian winter and I didn't have enough of a break during Australian summer to go down and visit them. So I decided, hey, I'll go on exchange and then I'll be able to stay with them for longer.
I chose Slovenia because I wanted a country that wasn't a typical exchange destination. I also wanted to be closer to Eastern Europe because that's where I wanted to travel. In addition, I searched pictures of Slovenia, the people, the food, the language, and I fell in love with the country.
So I chose Korea particularly because I didn't speak the language and I wanted to immerse myself in something totally new. Though I think it's a less common choice to do so. I think living as a foreign language student in a really unfamiliar environment allows you to push the extent of your cultural capacities and find really meaningful growth, both personally and academically. So I was excited to sort of just throw myself into the situation and see what happened, and that gamble definitely paid off.
Well, I chose my 3 application destinations largely based on 4 things. It had to have a city with lots to do, a beautiful surrounding country to explore, a culture that was interesting to me, and it had to be a university with engineering courses focused on environmental stuff.
I almost did not go on exchange for the same reason that I actually ended up going on exchange for. Going to university abroad was a step outside of my comfort zone, so it took me a while to settle down. So I asked myself, is this something I want to do again? Shouldn't I be focusing on my degree? And I just got used to my environment. What I realized is that when we're younger, we dream of things like traveling and living in different countries, and then we enter the real world and we become more grounded and we start to postpone those things and we say, we'll do it when I'm more settled and when I'm more established. And then you realize in university you have options like exchange which allow you to do those things at the same time.
In a academically rigorous course, a Bachelor of Science, all of them, but chemistry specifically, I was a little bit concerned that either all the courses I was taking abroad wouldn't transfer or they would maybe add time onto my degree, making it longer than 4 years. So I was considering only going for 6 months, maybe a year, but more leaning towards 6 months. But then I ended up deciding to apply for the full year because the great thing about applying for a full year is if you end up staying for the full year, that's awesome. You get to stay for the full year. But if, for whatever reason, this won't happen, but if it does, you want to go home after 6 months, that's possible.
Okay, so my biggest tip for the application process would be to stay organized. Know your dates, know your deadlines, get everything organized. What I did was I had a little binder that I put all my paperwork in. So everything that I did, deadlines, anything like that, I put them in the binder. Courses that I wanted to take, put them in the binder. Backup options, put them in the binder. I had everything laid out, everything organized, and I knew when everything was supposed to be submitted. I knew when everything was supposed to be due. I knew what I wanted to take. I knew where I wanted to go. So just stay really, really organized. I know that may put a lot of pressure on you that you have to have it figured out. And then when you're filling out the applications, doing the written application, just talk yourself up. Make it sound like you're the best person to ever go to that university. A lot of the exchange programs are competitive. So if you're not confident that your GPA will get you there, you want to have a really strong written essay or written portion. So just talk yourself up. I know that always is awkward to do, but talk about why you're a good student, why you deserve to go to that university, why you're a good fit, why they should take you. All that stuff, why you're better than the next person beside you wanting to go to that university. Be organized, stay organized, and just talk yourself up. Make it sound like you're the best person ever.
My main tip for the application process would be give yourself time. Start early. It's a bit of an arduous process, but it is really important and it's a great opportunity, I think, to learn about where you're going and make sure you are making the most informed decision possible. The process of looking at the courses that are offered at the university and seeing what they'll line up as really help prepare you for the experience and make sure you're going to get the most out of it.
For me, I would say don't sweat the small stuff. The little details don't matter at the end of the day. And to try and get out of the library more, try and get out of the dorm room more, because it was sort of those social and personal activities that made the strongest impression on my memory. I guess nobody goes home really fondly remembering a particularly hard math test, but you remember those things that you did with your friends. So definitely try to emphasize those during your learning experience.
I think something like exchange is inherently a little bit scary, gives one some nervousness, maybe a little bit of anxiety because it's completely new. So something I guess I wish I knew beforehand was how, I guess, almost natural it was going to feel. I found it really easy to connect with other people, especially other incoming international students who were all on the same page as me. They wanted to make new friends. They wanted to have cool experiences in a new place. So almost all of my fears and my anxieties were more or less quashed within the first few days as I started to connect with people and realize, no, this is somewhere that I can belong.
So the big thing that I wish I knew before going on exchange was just how many financial aid opportunities there are. I know that Go Global has the Learning Programs Award that everybody that's going on Go Global gets, but it might be different now. But I think UBC had a couple different scholarship opportunities for Go Global participants, and then also Edinburgh had some for visiting students that I wasn't aware of. So, but if that's a concern for you, then check in with your partner institution or your exchange destination where you want to go. Check out their website, shoot them off a couple emails, and just see if there's any kind of award opportunities, financial aid opportunities available for visiting students, and how you can qualify for them, how you can apply for them, know the deadlines for those, etc. Because then they'll help ease some of that financial strain too. And just make it a little bit more enjoyable when you're not having to worry about money.